Plus, a record-breaking 24 hours at the border where a record number of migrants entered or encounters happened as Texas is now sued over its hardline law. Meantime, more than 12,000 migrants were apprehended on the U.S. southern border in just the last 24 hours. That is a daily record near Eagle Pass, Texas. CNN's Rosa Flores is there.
Abby, what you see behind me are thousands of migrants who are waiting to be transported for immigration processing. Look over my shoulder. You'll see men, women, children. And what you're looking at right now is a federal issue. It's up to the federal government to apprehend these individuals, process them, and hold them. But Governor Greg Abbott just signed SB 4. This creates a new state crime for illegal entry into the country, which means what you're looking at could be a state issue come March of 2024. Now, the ACLU has already filed a lawsuit, so this is caught in a legal battle. Now, all this as we are learning more about what is driving this surge. Now, we learned from a CBP official that there are pseudo travel agencies that are promising people in other parts of the world travel to the United States, but they are ultimately connecting them to smuggling organizations south of the border, and that these smuggling organizations are crossing very large groups into the United States at random locations on the U.S. southern border in groups of 500 or even 1,000 individuals at one point in time, and that is what's overwhelming U.S. Border Patrol. Now, Phil and Poppy, I want to leave you with this because we also learned from the CBP official that CBP is resourced for half of the volume of the apprehensions that they're seeing in any particular day. Now, yesterday, in a 24-hour period, apprehensions were at about 12,600. So think about this. CBP, the federal law enforcement agency that's supposed to keep border security, is resourced for half of the volume of the apprehensions, again, highlighting why the White House and Congress need to do something about this issue on the U.S. southern border. Phil and Poppy.
The numbers are absolutely staggering. Rosa, thank you for the reporting there from Eagle Pass, Texas.
And Jim, all of this as we're hearing more from a CBP official about what's driving this surge this particular time. And according to this official, there are pseudo travel agencies that are orchestrating some of this. But I think we ran out of time, Jim, so I'm going to toss back to you.
Just days after the governor of Texas signed a controversial new law that makes it a state crime to cross into Texas illegally, U.S. officials tell CNN that smugglers and pseudo-travel agencies are behind a recent record-breaking surge of migrants. Customs and Border Protection officials say these agencies work with organized transportation networks that advertise travel to America's southern border and then connect migrants to smugglers.